All right, so the course concept of my choice was the halo effect versus the horns effect. So the halo effect is defined as a cognitive bias that causes people to see another person's qualities in a way that matches their past impressions of other characteristics. That was found under an article by a group of scholars in 2023, quoting Thorndike in 1920. So an example of the halo effect would be, for example, an older man. If you're at a restaurant and an older man decides to pay for your steak, and they pay for it, no questions asked, and they're attractive. So because they're attractive and they paid for your meal, one can already have positive assumptions about the person. For instance, it could be, since they paid for an expensive meal for you, you could assume, oh, they must be kind and wealthy, and they probably were just trying to sleep with you and you don't know. So that's one example of halo effect. So an example of horns effect, well, defining it first, is a type of cognitive bias as well that happens when you make a snap judgment about someone on the basis of a negative trait. So from my personal experience, when I was at work and I was talking to somebody, this person started a conversation with me and they were so friendly and the conversation was well, and then they asked for my name. So I said, oh, my name is Brenda. And then her smile just faded. And then she goes, okay. And I said, everything okay? And she goes, it's because my husband's fiance, his name is Brenda. So yeah. And so I felt uncomfortable. But that is a perfect example of the horns effect. How even though there was a good conversation happening, just for the fact that it was my name, she already had a projection and a negative association with the name, which automatically made her have a negative perspective of me. So that would be one example. And I was quoting healthline.com from a author named Crystal Raypool, who was quoting Legg in 2020.